Hmm. You know, I often ask myself, what is it that drives me, right, to do this whole game thing? What drives me? What makes me want to continue to do this on a daily? Now, that's a fair question. A lot of people have asked me that before. Very fair question. But it's not the question that sits on or in my mind, right? Not at all the question at all. Um, well, you would think that, right? So I've been asked that a couple times actually. What about this? What about reselling, collecting, all of these other things? People talking about how crazy I might be for spending money and doing all these things, and to be frank, I've heard some pretty shitty things, but I've also heard a lot of positive things. Um, it does make you think, right? Am I really going too far with this? Am I spending too much money? Um, but I will tell you what. The one question, why do you continue to do what I do? YouTube isn't working. I'm not getting a lot of likes, a lot of, people actually subscribing. And I wish you guys would. But let me show you why I do what I do. That's why I do what I do. All of the stuff that you see here, see all this? Going all the way back. That's why I do what I do. As a collector, as a reseller, this is why I do what I do. Look at this. I mean, do I have to say any more? I swear, the more I try to get people to look at what I do and to talk to people about basically the thought of, that's beautiful, but the thought of getting into resale, getting into collecting, if you're a collector, people, they ask those questions. What about it? Why do I like it? I'm going to show you that in a minute. That's actually new. But, I mean, look. You know what I mean? It's literally what I love, what I do, what I enjoy. I would wish that people who do ask the questions, understand why. They ask questions in the sense like, okay, you know what? I get it. You like to buy video games. I get it. You sell video games. You collect video games. It's not about any of that. It's not about collecting. It's not about buying. It's not about selling. It's bringing nostalgia home, bringing peace to your home when you've had a bad day, a long day at work. It's bringing that portion of your life as a child when you were young, playing video games and doing the things that you do, bringing that home. You see, when I come into my man cave and I come here to do business, I come here to buy, sell, fix, clean, consoles and do all the things that I do. I do it because it brings peace to me after long hours at work, long days of going out there and trying to buy, sell, trade. This is peace for me. A lot of people think, well, maybe you shouldn't really do that, right? Maybe I should try something else. Why? I mean, why? I love what I do. You know what I mean? The way I look at it, can you become a millionaire? Probably not. You know what I mean? Do I expect to be a millionaire? No, probably not. But do I love what I do? Absolutely. So for anybody out there who's actually thinking about doing this, I'm not going to sway you out of it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what your neighbor, your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your sisters, doesn't matter what they say. What matters is how you feel about the situation you're getting yourself into. Keep in mind that what you see here wasn't given to me. I had to work for it. I had to do a lot of trades, a lot of smart purchases, a lot of smart sells. You have to sell, $500 worth of inventory just to be able to buy $300 in inventory. You know what I mean? The math has to math. You don't want to spend all your money. You know what I mean? So for every, $200-$300 you buy, you want to spend $150. Always pocket some money. Always make sure that you're making profit. But at the end of the day, man, I would never sway anybody out of this. And I know a lot of people who are actually competition for me in my state, but they don't have what I have. No, they don't. You see, I'm not going to go out there and thrift and shoot videos of me in stores and all this other stuff, because I respect other people's privacy. Some people don't like to be on camera. Some don't mind, some don't care. Some stores have policies. You know what I mean? So before I waste any of my time going out to a store and having them kick me out because I'm recording, I would rather go in peace, peacefully look what I'm looking for, buy what I need to look for, and bring you into my home. Okay? Every video that I've made it in my man cave. I don't make it outside. I don't make it in someone else's house. This is mine. I come here. You know what I mean? Look at the time. Look at that time. 6:47 in the morning. I'm always out looking. My night goes all the way to 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I get some rest. I'm back up and my day begins again. This is business. This is real. This is business. This is why I say what I'm saying, right? Everybody, they have their own opinions, but it's okay. Just remember that. If you guys get into this, it is okay. It is okay to tell somebody, hey, listen, you do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do respectfully. Respect them. Always respect people, man. You know what I mean? Because this is not about arguing or fighting or saying nasty things to one another. It's not. It's about being smart. You know what I mean? And basically educating people when they don't understand the business. And just letting them know, hey, listen, at the end of the day, you go home, you sit down, you watch TV, you watch movies, right? To relax. Well, this is what I do to relax. I like to play, some Mario Kart. You know what I mean? I got the Splinter Cell working on the, on the PS2. Some Medal of Honor over here. Just downloaded High on Life over here. Some games in that Pac-Man. Can't wait to try that one out. Now, all that being said, guys, because I'm not going to keep talking about this, I ended up switching out my smaller TV for this bad boy. Big TV. And in my last video, I ended up getting that down there, which is a Halo Edition Xbox One. Love the way it sounds when it starts up. Plays beautifully. I cleaned it up really good. It was extremely dirty, but I cleaned it up. You know what I mean? And with this monstrosity here, and there was another one that was a lot bigger than I was going to get, but I didn't want it. Obviously, I don't want to sort of take too much of my space in here. Well, damn, playing any game on this damn TV is insane. And then I moved the one TV that I had to this spot over here. And this is where I have my Wii U, my Nintendo Wii, I got my 64, I got my Super Nintendo stuff connected to this spot right here. Sorry, I know the camera was off me for a minute. But this is where I keep my Nintendo little section here. And then everything else pretty much, you know, I like to split it up. So I got like my Nintendo, I got my Sony, and I got my Xbox sections here. But yeah, man, this thing right here, crazy. Super, super, super crazy. Now, that being said, let me go over a couple of things that, you know, I came across. My PS2 is actually working like crap these last few days. And I have gone through the process of cleaning the eye, you know, blowing it out, make sure that there's no, you know, dust and everything in there. And man, oh man, you know, and all the game discs that I have in, that I actually buy, they're all in great condition. There's not scratches all over them and stuff like that. So it's been struggling. So I'm not too sure if it's just something that I have to go out there and try to get, maybe another console, you know, where, and these consoles are not really much for personal, but they are, see how it's had to restart it. They're really for testing the games, when I get them. So, you know, maybe it's just dirty and I have to like clean it up again. But every other console is working. I also got the little PS1 here, PS3 over here, PS4 Pro right here. I did get rid of my PS5. You know, I know that I'll find another one later on, but you know, the PS5 really, you know, everybody talks about how the Xbox, you know, is better than the PlayStation. The PlayStation is better than Xbox. You know, with the Game Pass, it's almost impossible for you to think that Sony can really make something happen for you. They're the way that they do games. Some of the games are like shitty ass games, but you know, people pick and choose. You know what I mean? And I chose to get rid of the PS5. And maybe I'll get a PlayStation 5 Pro later on, but you know, I ended up picking up a one of the PlayStation Portals over there, and you know, I mean, the PlayStation Portal, after I tested it, worked fucking amazing. But I don't really mess with the PlayStation. So, all right. Anyways, so I went last few days. I've been picking up little things here and there. One of the, you know, big things are basically PS3 games. This I've actually gotten more than these. They just need to be cleaned and tested. I got me another PS3 on a by another Sega Genesis, and I got myself a Nintendo GameCube with a purple controller. Again, tested. I tested it in my last video, you know what I mean, or before that video there. And it works beautifully. Everything works on it. You know, needs some love, so it needs to be cleaned up really good. And one of the things that, you know, I always tell people when I buy games like this, you know, and consoles like this, is you should always have a basically like an extra monitor, one that you're going to go ahead and do all your testing on, you know what I mean? And these two here have been sort of the monitors that I've gone with, which is an Acer Nitro. I think it was like an Acer Nitro monitor. It's really, really good monitor. You know, the play, I mean, you can connect up to 3 different HDMIs on it. And a Vizio. Now, the Vizio one is actually, it's more like a TV, but it does have HDMI ports in it, so you can actually connect it, connect a lot of your stuff to it. But it also has a computer port, you know, to be able to plug your computer in and use that as an actual monitor. So I think that's actually pretty cool. And then obviously the one display that I've showed you guys before, which allows me to connect most of the consoles to it without having to draw any power to that display. But, you know, overall, you know, it's a cool thing to have available to you, instead of like, you know, for instance, taking, you know, my Xbox One and unplugging it because I don't have enough HDMI ports, unplugging it and then plugging another system in just to go ahead and test it. I prefer not to do that. So, for me, I would rather just have an extra or an external type console. I mean, not console, I'm sorry, TV. I don't do monitors. The monitors are okay. But, I'd prefer still to have an extra one available. All of these here, the PS3 has been tested. It's been reset. All of these games that are here have been tested on that PS3 right there. So I know that works. The GameCube also has been tested. I will have to go through and clean it, and the Genesis, believe it or not, works perfectly. But again, something that I would have to, look into later on. And again, you got to remember that those come with the AV jacks and not HDMI. So that's always a pain in the butt, right? But funny enough is that this big guy here has a shit ton of AB like inputs. I just don't want to, go through the process of having all that shit jacked up in here. But I may do it. Either way, I may do it. And I know that one over there has the same connection, so I can, use the AV ports in there as well if I want to connect a different console to it. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's been a pretty cool couple of weeks, man, and picked up a lot of like 360 games, a lot of Xbox One games. You can see right behind me little towers that are starting to pack on there, and it's a lot of Xbox One games. Again, a lot of the games are tested, so I test all the games. But it's crazy, man. It's been a crazy pickup. You know what I mean? I'm extremely excited. Oh, Starbucks. I'm waiting for that damn setup here. You know what I mean? That little sponsorship. I think I got to pick up a part-time job just to be able to feed my addiction to Starbucks. If you've not had this, pink drink, Trenta, extra coconut milk, no berries. Fantastic drink. Yeah, I might have to get a part-time job just to go ahead and buy for that shit. I buy that shit like 3 times a day, sometimes even more. It's stupid. But it's actually good, man. That's why, I spend a money on it. It's better than pop. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot, man. It's a lot. You know what I mean? I look around and it's a lot. It's a lot of games. It's a lot of consoles. It's a lot, and I know that so many people sit here and they talk about it, why would you want to spend so much time doing this nonsense, man? Yeah, it's a good question, man, but I'll be honest with you, man. I love everything that I do. I love the idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, I do, man. The sad part about it is that, a lot of people don't understand it. So many people talk so much shit about it. You know what I mean? But let me tell you, man, if you love gaming, if you love to, talk to people and educate people and stuff like that, I don't see an issue, man. I don't really see an issue. You know what I mean? I think that this is more, I don't know, man. It's a crazy idea, when you sit there and you work on all of this and you start to wonder, what if none of this shit sells? You know what I mean? You end up having, over 2,000 games sitting, in one room, and, all of these consoles and all these screens. And the reason why I do it is so that you guys can see what I do, see that this is authentic. This is no bullshit here. You know what I mean? I don't have, a studio that I put all my money into, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, this is where I stay, man. This is where I relax and chill. Sometimes I sleep here when I'm busy and I got so much going on, you know what I mean? But this is my home. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no fucking studio, you know what I mean? This is my home. And that's one of the biggest key thing, like the biggest factor when I talk to people about what I do, how because a lot of people say, is that a waste of money? You know what I mean? What if it doesn't sell? Then you get stuck with it, right? No, absolutely not. I always have buyers. Some people buy in bulk. A lot of times I can, and when one, if I could get together with somebody, and I'm talking about people who have stores. Yeah, I mean, a lot of times they'll call and say, hey, I'm trying to pick up 50, PS2 games or 50 PS3 games or 50, Xbox and 360 and just anything in general. I think I already said 360, but Nintendo Wii games and some accessories. I mean, Jesus, I got so many accessories, controllers, and just so many, so many, so many. But it's part of the game, man. It's part of the game. I mean, you have to spend time doing this shit, man. Because if not, you ain't gonna get shit. You know what I mean? And one of the other things that I say I got so much of when it comes to is, that's crazy. I couldn't even tell you how many of these amiibos and all that shit that I have, the Skylanders, that I have. I have so many. It's crazy. And the crazy part about it is, again, you know what I mean? You pick it up. So you pick up one and tomorrow you find 3 and 2 days after that you find a whole lot of 12 and before you know it, it's just you're all over the place because now you have too many and you're just sort of stuck with it because nobody plays this shit anymore. As you can see, it's still giving me that problem, which I don't understand. And look at the game, bro. Look, I mean, there's no scratches, man. I love buying games, bro, without scratches. I love buying games that are clean. I'm going to have to try to clean the eye, the laser, a little bit later, clean it and see if it ends up picking up, on the game itself, because I'm not too sure what the hell's going on. This is a clean game, you know what I mean? And I just put it back in, you know what I mean? Crazy part is that you can hear it reading, right? So it reads the discs. I just don't know what the hell's going on with it. I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's an old console. I mean, I can't even complain. Maybe it's just time for me to pick up another PS2. Actually, I got two the PS2 original, the Fat Boys. But they both don't play discs either. So I got to get those fixed. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think this one's pretty much on its last legs. Yeah, I mean, so I'm going to try cleaning the laser first. And if it doesn't work, then, I'm going to have to go get another PS2. Because I do test the PS2 games. Like all of these here, all of these 3 rows here have actually been tested along with some of them that I sell singles on. So all of those have been tested. PS3 working as it should. PS4 Pro always working. This is one of my favorite consoles, the Gears of War. And that Halo one that I just showed you, that shit's amazing. I love the way it sounds. Look at this. So see, it reads the disc. So I can't even okay, I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay. Well, so it'll read the disc, as you can see. But it should have already done it. It shouldn't be. Okay, see how it kicked back again? I don't know what the hell's going on with it, man. See, that time it made me press the X button. But so I might have to clean it. If it came up with the PS2. Let's see if it actually boots up. But this might be something that I'm just going to have to make it a project and clean it up. It's actually now playing, as you can see. So it might be just a real dirty laser. This is always, man, fucking, it's crazy. Mario Kart, bro, you can't go wrong with Mario Kart. Oddly enough, a lot of the shit that I have in here has been cleaned, has been tested. I clean the crap out of everything, man. I try to clean the laser. I try to clean even like the little wheels in the disc tray to make sure that, you get all the dust out of there. Make sure that the tray opens and closes the way it should. Believe it or not, this Xbox, that Halo Edition one actually works better than the original Xbox One that I have. So this one right here is the Halo Edition, and this one right here is the original Xbox One as well. This one right here, though, for some reason, doesn't pick up the Wi-Fi, which, honestly upsets me that it doesn't. Doesn't pick up the Wi-Fi. And it takes, like, when I go to put the disc in, it just takes forever for the disc to read, where the Halo one works perfect. So I don't know, man. It's a toss up on everything. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's I wanted to bring that up, as far as like people's ideas to why, I do what I do. And, what I mean? Like I said, man, if you look at this shit, man. Come on, man. If you don't see why I do what I do, I mean, make sure to get an extra monitor, guys. It'll work whenever you buy consoles and you don't have to go through the process of, taking stuff off your TVs or whatever the case is. But yeah, man, love that. But, like I said, it's just, guys, if you guys really are interested in, the buy, the resell, the collecting, do it. If you want to do it, do it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. It is a job. It is a pain in the ass. You will lose as much as you will gain. You know what I mean? But man, if this is some shit that you like, that you want to do, that you're going to like and enjoy and do the things that you want to do, do it. Do it. I will never sway anybody away from doing what they want to do, man, because, nobody really pushed me, when I needed that positive reinforcement, saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, do it. Whether I lose or I don't lose, do it, man, because there's nothing better than looking at, a console and games and, just basically finding shit, I mean, like, the Call of Duties, you know how many of these I have? I mean, I think I got 2 of them in here, to be honest with you. There goes another one right here. You know what I mean? So, you buy them, bro. You know how many Madden games I got? It actually stinks how many fucking Madden games I got. But, you know what I mean? They're there. You know what I mean? Some Uncharted, man. Like, I got, bunch of these. You know what I mean? The Tomb Raider. Love this game. You know what I mean? Never really played this game, but it's, an airplane game, Birds of Prey, you know what I mean? There goes the Uncharted, Drake's Fortune, you know what I mean? Avatar. Never played this one either. Sniper. I actually want to try this game. I like sniper games, you know what I mean? Or that. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. Hawks 2. I have actually tried this on the VR. And then, Mass Effect 3. 3 Maddens. Let me see. That's Madden 10, Madden 11, Madden 09. And I don't get a lot of these, but I'm going to try to pick up a lot of these too, which are the NHL ones. And again, like I said, PS3, your Genesis, your GameCube. Definitely need one of these. This is going to help you out when you guys want to do your business. And that is one of my favorites over there, which was a headset, Sony headset for the PlayStation 5. Beautiful headset. Sounds great. Not worth the money that they want to charge you for it, but definitely nice. You know what I mean? Guys, trust me when I tell you, man, a lot of the stuff that I do is crazy. A lot of the stuff I do is time consuming. But at the end of the day, man, when I come home and I just come home to this, you know what I mean? I love it. I enjoy it. I look around. I see things that bring me back to, when I was a kid, picking up games and rushing home and playing them and, playing with, my DC figures and, stuff like that. And it just brings me back. It brings you down. Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel good. It makes you, just say, hey, you know what? Everything on the outside, bro, I could forget it. I could forget everything on the outside for a few hours. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to sit back and play some video games, man. And You know what? I'm going to tell you what the great Retro Rick and his beautiful store, because that's going to have to be on my bucket list. What he always says when he finishes his videos, he always says, never stop playing. And he's serious, man. And the truth is, don't stop playing. Don't stop playing. Retro Rick, I am not trying to fuck with your ending there. You know what I mean? I love your videos. I love your store, bro. And even watching some of your videos has made me feel like this is something that I want to do. And hey, if you need stuff in that store of yours, I got a ton of shit. But overall, you know what I mean? You know, he's right. You don't stop playing, bro. Just play video games. I would rather play video games than go outside and get robbed. So, you know, I know that's going a little bit too far, but you know, I mean, your chances of being robbed, I mean, are probably slim. But hey, listen, even slim is still high. So, bro, just, you know, like I said, do what you got to do, man. What makes you guys happy. And honestly, man, if video games and collecting and selling and trading, you know, and buying makes you happy, man, go do it. You know what I mean? And like I say all the time, guys, love and respect each other, man, because that's what we need to do in this world. You know, today, make sure that you're always caring. You know what I mean? Because you know what, man, I believe in karma, and karma is a bitch. You know what I mean? You know, you have to remember, man, that, you know, when you sit there and you come up with, you know, 1,000 reasons why, you know, like that's what you do. You're that type of person. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do it next week. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow instead of next week. If that's who you are, cut that shit out, man. Do it today. Because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen next week. And you sure as fuck don't know what's going to happen to you in the next year. You know what I mean? Live, love, respect, care for one another, guys. We definitely need it in this world today. And remember, guys, as always, God is good, guys. God is good. Peace.